yeah, obviously really cool feature race, really cool track, a lot of passing, a lot of moving around, and lap cars definitely made it interesting.
Do so much racing, you can find momentum a lot easier because you have a bad night and you can just move on to the next and just keep going till you work it out. So
look, not too many expectations, although we were super fast here last year. No longer with that same team, so it's sort of really I've only done one race with this new team, so it's really no expectations and just build on what we, the speed we have had at that last show, and hopefully we can find some consistency tonight to work in towards tomorrow and the ultimate Sunday night.
I'm just trying to do as much as I can this year, and the more you do anything, the better you get at it, and it's starting to make a little bit more sense. And yeah, never been in Toowoomba, so really keen to sink my teeth into the next 3 days.
Last year we saw the Red Hot Summer Shootout being 2 nights. It's the same this year, but they've tagged a 3rd night on, which is actually starting the weekend. So tonight is a completely separate night as far as the rest of the weekend goes. The format tonight was completely separate, completely different to what we're going to see for the rest of the weekend. And it was cool to see because usually I like to see a format where it carries on through all 3 nights, but tonight being separate means guys don't have to hold back and they can start fresh tomorrow night. So I think that's what we saw with the racing tonight, guys really not holding back. Early on in the night, it was a wild start. There was so many experienced drivers who couldn't quite get turns 3 and 4 right with so many wrecks. We saw Aaron Reitzel get into the wall. We saw Chase Randall tear up. Tate Frost did as well. Brody Tulloch flipped. It was just a wild start to the night.
it's always good to get a bit of momentum through this part of the year. Last year it didn't happen. It happens, but it's all part of it. It's always, sometimes you get a good run and gives you a bit of confidence, possibly when you go over to America. But yeah, hope for the best and see what happens.
The heat races didn't disappoint, as we always know here at Hi-Tec Oils Toowoomba Speedway. The race between Sheldon and Jock Goodyear there at the end, battling for position. We never normally see the bottom of the racetrack here at Toowoomba being so prominent, but the racetrack really developed as the night went on, and the heat races, especially with the format that we saw tonight, you had to finish in the top 3. So we saw plenty of battles up front, and it was a lot of fun to watch these heat races tonight. The feature race is all about momentum and building up momentum, but then getting into lap traffic and dealing with that. So you have to be able to move around on the racetrack, and Carson Macedo did a fantastic job to lead every lap from the get-go, and Brock Howlett tried to chase him down. He had a good run, but couldn't quite get past him. Super impressive job by Nicholas Well to finish 3rd in the end.
Really cool to finish off 2nd. Gives us some good notes to work through tomorrow and on Sunday, and try and go that one spot better.
It surprised me tonight to see guys like Aaron Reitzel and others struggle. There's so many good cars here, 60 cars here in Toowoomba this weekend, the biggest field I've ever seen and the best quality field that we've ever seen. And it surprised me that some guys that you would think would be able to run inside the top 5, top 10 by the end of the night really struggled just because of the format and early on in the night not banking those laps. So it surprised me to see that they didn't do well, but I think for the rest of the weekend they're playing catch up, and I think we'll see that develop. Obviously it's a separate night tonight from the rest of the weekend, so we're going to see those guys start fresh tomorrow night. There's a couple of cars that are banged up, like Tate Frost. We know his car isn't quite in good nick, so he's going to put a new car together. But yeah, it's going to be great to watch. There's guys who I thought would have done well, struggled. Guys who I thought maybe not even make the feature race were right up there at the pointy end. So it's awesome to see. Toowoomba never, ever disappoints. I always say that, and I just can't wait to see what the next 2 nights bring.